What's up everyone, Sean Count Blaggeroth here today with a collection update. New angle, don't know what you think of it, don't really care. It's my video. Anyways, got some record store pickups and I have some CDs that came in. I know I said I was going to stop doing these videos for quite a while because I wasn't expecting to get so much stuff, but I figured I got too much now already for one video, and if I was to add more and I have some stuff coming, that the video would be close to a half hour in length, and nobody wants that. So I'm going to do an unboxing video for one of them. It's a Season of Mist grab bag, 10 CDs, it was like 20 bucks. Can't pass that up, but alright, we're going to start off with a couple Hell's Headbangers purchases. First CD, Destroyer 666, and the compilation To the Devil His Due. This is a compilation of all their 7 inches. And I love this. It says, a collection of our 7-inch material. Sound quality may be subjective. If you're not familiar with Destroyer, they are a black-end thrash metal band from Australia. Really, really, really good stuff. Just an awesome band. And the last thing I picked up from Hell's Headbangers, Dark Space, with the album Dark Space 1. Absolutely incredible. It's a cool slip sleeve that actually goes like this instead of out the side. Some very basic artwork on it. And very simplistic layout. The inside booklet is just, if I can get it out, artwork from the Digipack, and that's it. So it's pretty cool, and it's on a black CD with that on the tray. If you don't know Dark Space, they are a black ambient band. I almost would say that at some points they lean more towards ambience because their music is so droning, and not in a single note sort of way. It's such a hazy ambient sort of way that it becomes almost drone. It's nearly impossible to describe because it's so unique to black metal, but it is absolutely incredible. Now, after I bought that, went to Forever Plagued Records and I saw they had a bunch of cheap CDs and managed to pick up Dark Space 2. It has the same exact layout as the other one. Black CD and all that, so I'm not even going to show you. Dark Space 2, this is incredible. And my favorite from the trilogy is Dark Space 3. And this album is utterly amazing. Absolutely love this. I do plan on getting Negative 1 and 4 soon. I'm going to wait to get 4 when there's a repress because I'm not going to spend $80+ on a CD. Next, we got some... Actually, I'll show that after I do these. Some Russian black metal of Molotov and the album Unbreakable Faith. Before comments come in, yes, I do realize it's NSBM. No, I do not care. That's about as much detail as I'm going to go into this, but absolutely incredible, stellar black metal from Russia. Very folky, very pagan-esque. Just some great stuff. That was definitely a good purchase. And Bilskner, Wotan, Redavitis, some, I don't know. Just a killer black metal album in vein of Burzum. Very folky at points, but definitely some great stripped down atmospheric black metal. Killer stuff from Germany. Now we got some three CDs of some pure war metal, Ross Bait Cult sort of stuff. First one being Messiah of Darkness and Impurity by Proclamation. Proclamation is a killer war metal band. If you're not familiar with the war metal style or the war metal sound, it is basically the most chaotic parts of Black Death, thrash, and grind combined into one evil melting pot. And it's kind of like a Sarcophago sort of stuff, if you're familiar with that. Beherit, Revenge, Blasphemy. I mean, they're signed to Blasphemy's label, the Rust Bay Cult. Killer stuff. I love this album. And their third album, that's their second, and their third, Execration of Cruel Bestiality. I want to get the vinyl of all these, but it's impossible to find for a cheap price. So I picked these up, and very glad I did. Once again, if you like Revenge, Conquer, Blasphemy, Defago, Sarcophago, Black Witchery, that sort of stuff, this is definitely for you. Some lovely cross burning. No, they're not Nazis or Ku Klux Klan. They're just, they like burning things and grave desecration. Just like this next band, and the final CD I'm going to show, Black Witchery, and the album, The Inferno of Sacred Destruction. This is the 2 CD version put out by Hell's Headbangers, while the 2-disc CD and DVD version. Killer war metal. Very, well, that's not good. Then you got the DVD. Much more black metal than Proclamation. Proclamation leans more towards death metal at points. This is a very black metal sort of thing. It's really brings to mind Conquer, and in fact there's actually a Conquer cover on here of Kingdom Against Kingdom. Great stuff. Once again, these guys are fans of grave desecration. Very nice stuff, and in fact they're so fond of it they did it to another monument. So yeah, really fine gentlemen. But you got some really crazy artwork in this booklet. I want to get the vinyl of it because it comes with a LP sized booklet. I think that would be pretty sick, but yeah, definitely check out Black Witchery if you're already a fan of the war metal sound. Great stuff. Alright, next we got 5 records, all from a record store in Long Island called Looney Tunes. First one, Darkthrone, Soulside Journey, The Unexpected Death Metal Beginnings. If you've heard, everyone's heard Transylvanian Hunger. If you're expecting the debut album to be anything like that, you're going to be completely wrong. This is basically old school Swedish style death metal. Personally, I think this is better than pretty much any US death metal album from this time period. I do not like old school American death metal that much. Morbid Angel to me, alright. Covenant, Blessed Are the Sick, good stuff. Just can't, I hate Deicide, I can't get into a lot of that stuff. The Swedish stuff I can really get behind with Entomb, Dismember, Unleashed, that sort of sound I definitely enjoy much more. And Darkthrone really nailed down what death metal is supposed to sound like. Old school death metal. This is a killer album. This is a Repress put out recently. Really good production too, especially when you compare it to even what they're doing now. The production is insanely different. This is pretty much as close to old school Swedish death metal as you can get. Very nice printed inner of As Wolves Among Sheep We Have Wandered. Yeah, great stuff. Was very happy to see this. If I can get this in this jacket, there you go. So yeah, check out Soulside Journey by Darkthrone if you haven't already. Gonna get me a drink of some water. Alright. Next up, we have Darkthrone, Under a Funeral Moon. absolutely essential black metal. Love this album so much. Peaceville reissue came with a art print, which you definitely cannot see. Well, kind of right there's the Darkthrone logo. Put it kind of behind the shelf. It has that in the bottom, which you can't see on the shelf, but has this on it, which I've always liked. A little bit of information about the album by Nocturnal Culto. And, yeah, if you don't know Under a Funeral Moon and you call yourself a black metal fan, there is a huge problem with you, and I'm not going to be ashamed to say this in any way. I don't care how elitist this sounds of me. Don't call yourself a black metal fan if you haven't at least heard Under a Funeral Moon. This is the textbook. This is the blueprint for what we call black metal today. If it wasn't for this album, A Blazing in Northern Sky, Live in Leipzig, stuff like that, we wouldn't have the black metal that we have today. I don't care what anyone says. Bathory is the first black metal band ever. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to put that out there. And Venom is not black metal, never was, and never will be. They are garbage. Now, with all that said, now that I've lost about 20 subscribers for that, just my thoughts on the first wave of black metal. First wave of black metal wasn't fucking black metal other than Bathory. Anyways, now I got that off my chest. One of the best UK black metal albums to come out in years. This was a 2012 release. Winterfileth and the Threnody of Triumph. Mark, the guitarist of this band, I know you're subscribed to me and you gave me the proper pronunciation of this. I forgot because I'm a retarded American. But yeah, great album. Love the presentation. Back on Black pressing, which I'm completely fine with. I have no issue with the Back on Black pressings. And it's not a reissue. This is actually the first pressing on white vinyl. Great stuff. Double 180 gram. Sounds amazing. This is very folky, very atmospheric black metal. When I say folky, it's not like with flutes and violins. There's acoustic passages. If you know Woden's Throne, then you already know these guys. If you know the Woden's Throne sound, then and you like it, then you love these guys. To compare it to something that you guys may not be familiar with, that you would be familiar with if you haven't heard these guys, kind of like early Drook and Wolves in the Throne Room, that sort of stuff, but a bit more folk-based than Wolves in the Throne Room. Amazing, amazing Anglo-Saxon black metal. Speaking of Wolves in the Throne Room, people have been asking for my opinion on this. I may do a review of it now that I own it. And I'm going to say it right now, it's amazing. The new Wolves in the Throne Room album, Celeste. My God, is this album awesome. Completely different from anything they've ever done, but it made sense for them. It's pretty much a companion to Celestial Lineage, but the thing is this is a completely ambient release, and it makes sense to me because, logically speaking, their music has already been extremely ambient, and it almost seemed really fitting that these guys move into more of a ambient direction if they were to stop doing black metal, which I really wish they didn't stop, but hey, it's whatever. So you got printed inner sleeves. Very nice. That's for LP1. Extremely heavy, thick gatefold. I can't think of the type. It's like Stoughton or something like that. That's what Southern War does for their gatefolds. Very sturdy gatefold though. With another printed inner sleeve, and this is the crystal clear white vinyl. get to see my ugly mug through it, and I get to see your beautiful smiling faces. Not really, I get to see my camera with my ugly mug on it. Alright. But yeah, killer ambient music, very droning. Kind of reminds me of old John Carpenter movie soundtracks. And I'm a big fan of old school 70s horror movies and 80s, and the music that was on those movies is perfect. And this really reminds me of a more natural variant of a horror movie soundtrack. So very cool. And the last LP I picked up, I've never really been a huge fan of this band, but I heard a track or two from this, and I really like what I heard, and I bought it, and I'm really glad I did. Solstafir and the new album Oda, or whatever. If you speak Icelandic, I am very sorry for raping your language. This is some killer post-rock. They completely abandoned their black metal sound on this record. You wouldn't even know that these guys were actually a black metal band to start with. This is some extremely beautiful, emotional, post-rock, post-metal sort of stuff. Absolutely incredible. Love the album cover. Probably one of my favorite album covers to come out this year. And the artwork to this is stellar. Love the gatefold, and the printed inner sleeves are just amazing. Got the lyrics here. And a dude on a horse. For LP1, this is on black vinyl. And for LP2, love this. This is probably one of my favorite printed inner sleeves ever. Love this. Beautiful stuff. The artwork really fits for the atmosphere, and from what I was reading, the concept is basically it starts off at midnight, and then each track represents 3 hours in a 24-hour period. So it's kind of like a day in Iceland. And I think that's a really cool concept, and it really fits the artwork so well. But that's the end of my update. Do you guys have any of this stuff? If you do, what do you think of it? If you don't, you should buy it because it's all really good, and I said so, and I am God. So, and there goes some more subscribers. That's about it for this video. Anything else I want to say? Oh, I'm going to do a quick shout out. I hardly ever do them anymore because people are scumbags and backstabbers, and I'm tired of doing shout outs to people that don't deserve them, but this guy is awesome and definitely deserves one. Mike C. Town, you may know him from Dead End Hip Hop. He has his own channel, Dead End Hip Hop. I really enjoy. I love their style of reviewing. I don't listen to a lot of hip-hop, but I definitely respect their opinions and what they do on that channel, so I think that's awesome. Mike shows a lot of really killer vinyl. He does an awesome Q&A segment on his channel, some discussions, throws in some humor. He's a dude that is very, very knowledgeable on music. Definitely can't recommend his channel enough. Link will be in the description to Mike's channel. Give him a subscribe, and tell him I sent you, I guess. I don't know. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and as always, keep it metal.